rises and Lewis Hamilton gets away. The lights go out and we're racing here in Shanghai. It's Hamilton from Raikkonen. Alonso challenges Massa into the first turn, but Lewis Hamilton gets away really cleanly. Round the outside goes Fernando Alonso, wheel to wheel with Felipe Massa. He's alongside Kimi Raikkonen now as well, and behind, no trouble so far. Alonso's got ahead of Massa, might almost have touched as they go into turn 2, but he's still behind Kimi Raikkonen, and there's one of the Toyotas, it's Ralf Schumacher, who's spun off at turn 1. Lewis Hamilton, though, streaking away and already 20 metres clear of Kimi Raikkonen, Fernando Alonso and Felipe Massa, and Massa goes inside on Fernando Alonso into the next turn. He's got his place back again. The rain at the moment coming in from east to west, a very, very fine mist, but you can see from our commentary box high in the grandstand here how the visibility is well, a bit like Fuji, getting a little bit worse.
So look after your tyres if you can.
All right, look after your tyres if you can, is the instruction to Mark Webber. Does that indicate that they think it might be stopping raining?
Well, I think what it indicates is you can see the racing line is now starting to dry quite noticeably, actually, particularly when they go into turns 1 and 2.
And the prediction that we're getting from the stewards is that the rain will come back again in 3 minutes. So ease those tyres, look after those tyres for the next 3 minutes, because then they'll get the water that they need very shortly. But yeah, this is a crucial now couple of laps to conserve your tyres. And Lewis Hamilton, as you were saying, Morris, once again moving over to the right-hand side, down the back straight to try and find just a little bit of a damp patch. And Kimi Raikkonen now leads the race from Felipe Massa, who crosses the line, from Fernando Alonso. Where's David Coulthard in the shake-up? Can Lewis Hamilton get out ahead of David Coulthard? The tyres were changed or not, Morris?
No, they weren't. They kept those wet tyres on, and that's interesting because the left front, that's the one you need to worry about. The one that gets a lot of abuse. You could see a lot of the tread in the middle of it was gone.
So let's see how long the fielding lasts. It was 6.9 for Lewis Hamilton, it's 7.3 for Kimi Raikkonen. Down he goes, down the pit lane. Here comes Lewis Hamilton, past our commentary box now, past the finish line, and now wheel to wheel with Kimi Raikkonen, but Raikkonen is in the pit lane. Lewis Hamilton's on the racetrack proper, and for all Kimi Raikkonen's hard work, he couldn't close down the gap and eke out a lead on Lewis Hamilton via the pit stop. So it's Raikkonen having to concede to Lewis Hamilton, who's back in the lead at the Chinese Grand Prix with 37 laps to go.
And interestingly too, David, the Raikkonen's left front is almost slick. There's just some grooves on the outside, but it's not causing any problem, as we see Lewis Hamilton now running offline, trying to keep those wet weather tyres cool, as indeed is Raikkonen.
So on the weather forecast, it's going to rain in 10 minutes. I don't know if that's going to be helpful or useful or what, but it means the guys are going to have to conserve their tyres here, Morris, for the next 5 or 6 laps before the rain comes back down again. And Alonso might fancy his chances of getting past Felipe Massa down the back straight here. They moved over to the right-hand side. Now Alonso swings out to the left. Has he got the pace in the McLaren to get past Felipe Massa? It's wheel to wheel. Alonso just nudges in front, down towards the hairpin on the inside. Massa gets past. Oh, but Fernando Alonso, really clever piece of braking there. Waited for Felipe Massa to overcommit himself and go too hard on the brakes, and then he just nipped round on the inside and said thank you very much, third place is mine. Hamilton and Raikkonen on the wet weather tyres as the rain is now getting heavier, Morris, separated by about 5 metres. Lewis Hamilton goes wide and he's made a bit of a mistake. Kimi Raikkonen now wheel to wheel with Lewis Hamilton going down the short straight. Hamilton manages to stay out in front, but what a battle this is now turning into be. Suddenly in the space of 2 laps it's gone from a comfortable drive for Lewis Hamilton to one of immense pressure.
But his tyres are shot and he's missed his braking point, and Raikkonen's alongside.
And Raikkonen gets past him this time. Lewis Hamilton has to concede the lead at the Chinese Grand Prix. The rear right tyre of Lewis Hamilton has gone. What's happened here, Morris?
It's starting to delaminate. I think it's coming apart, actually.
Lewis Hamilton has got to come into the pits here. The yellow flags have been waved, and he does. Fernando Alonso now moves up into second place in the race, and look at this. Lewis Hamilton goes wide on the entrance into the pit lane, and he's in the gravel. Can he get that McLaren out? Oh no! He's beached his McLaren! It's stuck! The wheels, the back wheels are going round, but the car isn't moving, and Lewis Hamilton is stuck in the gravel on the entrance to the pit lane. 1 minute he's leading the Grand Prix, the next minute he's out of it.
He's stuck, he's off the track, but he's in the pit lane entrance. He's actually officially on the track. Nobody can run to him. The marshals are there. The car just would not turn into the corner. It didn't want to go. He's spinning the rear wheels. He's going nowhere.
And the marshals, there are 4 of them down there, frantically, 5 of them down there now, frantically trying to get that car out of the gravel. Ron Dennis exasperated, the team principal on the pit wall. He's rubbing his head with his hands, thinking, what has gone wrong here? And Lewis Hamilton's world title hopes have been absolutely shattered here in Shanghai this afternoon, and he's going to have to go to Brazil to take the silverware because it's not coming his way in China. Kimi Raikkonen now leads by 8.8 seconds with 11 laps to go here, and Lewis Hamilton is just going back into the McLaren garage to talk to his crew. He's patting the guys on the back. Norbert Haug, the Mercedes-Benz director of motorsport, comes over for a few kind words and gives him a little pat on the back of the head as well. One more corner to go for Kimi Raikkonen, who came here looking relaxed, knowing that the title wasn't in his own hands, but he's done everything he can here today and wins the Chinese Grand Prix. Kimi Raikkonen takes it for Ferrari. Fernando Alonso will come home for McLaren. He takes the checker flag now to finish second. Felipe Massa comes third. He's out of the title, of course, but Alonso and Raikkonen are right back in it.
I just kept pushing as hard as I could. We knew that we expected to run quite a bit longer than Lewis, so it worked out well. After the pit stop, I knew that I noticed that he couldn't pull away anymore. I was catching him little by little, and then with little rain, my car was pretty good. So once I got past him, and then there was too many yellow flags. So every time when I was able to pass, I needed to back off. But then in the end, I could pass him and quite easily pull away, and just waited the right moment to change on the dry tires, and all worked well, so wasn't any problem really.